Greetings everybody, my name is Oscar Kibet. I'm delighted to be here on this YouTube channel. Today I want to teach you something that is quite unusual. We are making a very large pendant for a client. This is the cone, we can call it a cone pendant. So now what I want to do, I want to tell you how we do the process. First, we usually soak the cane in water. That's the first thing. And then the tools that you'll always require is this knife, just a simple pen knife. And then you'll also require a pair of secateurs. These are also known as pruning shears. This is also what you usually use. You'll also require water, such that when you're weaving, you always have to make sure the cane is soft, so that it's much easier when you're doing the weaving. So there are two ways of how we go about this. We either use the flat cane when we are starting to bind the cane around here, but today we are using something different. We are using the smaller cane, which is around 1 millimeter thick, which is this one. And then now we also have the 3 millimeter, which is also this one. This is what we are also using today. But there are options of what you can use. You can either use the 4 millimeter or you can use also 3. And then we always make sure they are double. See, they are double like this. This one usually makes it much more stronger for the frame. Now, the frame that we use is called a rot bar. Today what we are using is a 6 millimeter round bar, which is this one. You can either use the 6 millimeter or 8 millimeter, but today we are using the 6 millimeter. Why? Because when you use like the 8 or 10 or 12, it has a tendency to become heavy. So today we are using the 6 millimeter. So when I start weaving, when it approaches to these narrow spaces, what usually happens, we usually cut and narrow the cane to size. So you can see what I'm doing right now. Right now I'm fixing this supports. This is what I'm doing just right now. So this is usually the first stage, turning around and fixing the support. As you can see, we always turn around the 3 millimeter. You can either use flat cane or you can use even the small cane. So this is how we do it. This is how we twine. And then as time goes by, it kind of gets a little bit brittle. So we usually use this spray can. Just spray it just a little like this. The advantage with cane is that it's flexible, but we always make sure the cane is wet. Just wet it like this. Then this is how we weave. Now when you reach this part, this size of the cane, you have to take another one and place it under, just like what I'm trying to do right now. Take one, then now you place underneath. You go like 2 times, 2 rounds, and then you recess it that way. Then you go ahead and you take another piece of cane. This is the process that you do until you reach to the far end up to here. So you take again like this, and then you make sure you tie a knot underneath, just underneath there. Tie like this, and continue again with the flow. Just like that. Always make sure the cane is wet to avoid breakages. Continue like that, slowly, very slowly. It's just the same easy process. I encourage you guys to like my content, and you can always feel free to share. We are really trying to grow our channel. We are trying to add value to those people who are who love art. So this is how we do it. Just place it under here, just like that, and twine. Then again, it also depends on the quality of the cane. Poor quality cane breaks, but you can see we don't have any breakages so far, which shows this cane is first quality. Now, when you reach here, this is where I want to teach. When you reach here, what we always try to avoid is the spaces that can easily show the metal. So what we do when we reach here, take this cane again, place it there. You should always try and make sure you don't have spaces of metal. So this is what we do when it reaches here. Then we cut there, and we take the end here. We always like to water it a little bit. Then we cut here. This is where we cut, so that there's an even shape here. We take the knife and try to chop it a little bit. Then we place it here, and now continue weaving. The idea is to prevent the metal from being seen. Like here, I've seen one will not be enough, so I just have to add the third one. This one. Just have to add the third one. Then I place it here. Always try and make sure the metal is not seen. It's fully concealed. You can see here. You can see I'm really trying my best the metal not to be seen. So I take the other cane. I would like you guys to go to my channel and comment, so that you can feel free to ask me questions. Now this is what happens. Continue going here a bit. You should always add water to make sure it's flexible. So now, once you reach here, again, you recess the cane upwards, and then you chop. One of the reasons why we usually chop is to avoid bumps, so that you have an even kind of you try and avoid bumps, so that you have it even as possible and neat as possible. So here, continue again. Just on the same can just make sure it's fully and tightly. Make sure it's completely tight, tight and neat. The cane will always have a tendency to dry up. So